First of all, I will to an extent that their ideas for why they want to follow this lifestyle is okay. On the grounds of one, you know, some terminal diseases and all that. Some parents already know their genetical history,
Okay.
and when they have children, they pass this, okay, to the kids and putting these kids at risk. On that ground, I can understand. I'm not saying I agree, but it's on nobody's right to enforce another person's decision what they want to do. All right? I've got cousins here. You were saying something about somebody who's a Nigerian who didn't want to have kids. I've got a cousin. She's married, and she and her husband chose that they don't want to have kids. They're here in Nigeria. And her reasons is when she looked at what a lot of us, the cousins, are going through, kids and all that, like she doesn't want to go through that. Rather, let our kids be her kids. Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, and she's okay with it. Her husband is okay with it. That's what they decided before they got married, and they're living by it. Now, I said I was okay with the choice of when it comes to the health ground and all that, not passing this to children when they come up. All right? But nobody, once again, has that right. And I believe that everybody has a right to choose what they want. Let me quote Mrs. Iron, quotes in the Bible. Go forth, have children, but still be wise about it. That you said you should fill your quivers with them doesn't mean you don't have a job. You now have multiples of children and see them as an avenue for revenue. As you can see today, a lot of them on the street begging with them and all that. On that ground, you could say those parents are not worthy to be parents because some of them cannot even care for these children, even if they have the right or the ability to procreate. But nobody has the right to tell somebody else that you must or you should stop. The world is there. We've not even been able to cover the world. Looking at Port River State alone, there's still some forests people have not been able to get into, by the way. And people die by the second. You know
but see, we've hit 8,000 globally. Okay. 8 billion, I beg your pardon. We've hit 8 billion globally. And it goes beyond, you know, the people who would clamor for things like this are looking beyond the land space. I mean, if there is no land, I'm sure real estate companies will stop advertising, come and buy 10 plots here for XYZ. I'm just saying, we're talking about scarce resources. I said I was going to go to the market today. And for every time I try to visit the market, I am afraid because
I share your sentiment. I'm a mother, for heaven's
sake. 20,000 could buy me.
I told myself at a point recently that if I have to be young again, I would not have kids. Looking at not just the price of things in the market, looking at the morality that children are facing, looking at the lack of parental care because of pursuit of want and all that. There's too much madness in the world today that I don't want my children to see. So I would choose not to have kids. Again, that's what I told myself recently. Looking at the world, forget the money. Even if the money is there, you can go to the market, buy them like that. How about the violence, the immorality, everything that's going on? Children are going through a lot. Your earlier conversation is even in relation to this. Certain parents are not even, they're not worthy enough to care for children. How can you discourage your child or pump your child for coming second and you want to, you know, so a lot of things we're seeing today are born out of improper parental upbringing, and it's been going down certain generations. If you're not able to step back and unlearn what you've been given as a child, you end up passing it generation, and then that's where we are today. So that's why I said, to an extent, I understand where they're coming from, but that's not going to change the narrative. That's the truth.